Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, today is December 21st, and it is the solstice. It is the winter solstice if you're in the northern hemisphere, and it's the summer solstice if you're in the southern hemisphere. So I'm going to do a solstice reading. We're going to do pick a card. I'm going to do 4 piles, and I want you to pick your pile. And that will be your general energy or things that are of concern or things that you need to be notified about for the next season, whether it's your summer or your winter. And this will go right until March 21st, 2024. This time I'm shuffling the cards and I'm making the piles in front of you so you can see how accurate these cards actually are. So without further ado, let's get started. I will have the timestamps down below so you don't have to watch me shuffle, but just in case you don't believe my piles here, because they are really uncannily accurate, I'm shuffling them in front of you. So this won't take long. And like I said, the timestamps are down below in case you don't want to watch this. All right, let's get going. All right, I've arranged your 4 piles. You watch me shuffle them all out. I do not know what the cards are saying, and I want you to pick one of 4 piles. You can pick the Fox, Instinct, number 14, Awakening, the White Wolf, number 22, Initiation, the Bobcat, number 27, or Protection, the Hedgehog, number 35. And then you saw I chose those as random as well. So choose which pile, 1, 2, 3, 4, that resonates with you. You can pause it, pause the video if you need more time. And let's get going with the readings. All right, I have to clear my desk here. All right, if you chose pile number 1, you the Fox, or if number 14 means something to you, Instinct. Where is your soul leading you? What is your body asking for? Pay attention to what you're feeling deep within your being and don't overthink things. You already know what you must do, and this is the Fox spirit. So let's see what your cards have to say. Hidden motivations, the uncharted sea, standing stones or passage, covenant, sacred contract, education. Okay, I'm already seeing a lot of blue here, pile number 1. I've seen a lot of communications. That's your blue chakra, because we have the contract. Well, that's written communications. We have this intention. Well, that's your voice communications or your thought communications with your intention. Uncharted sea, that's your thoughts. And then also the education here. Almost looks like you have to come out of stormy weather and relearn something. Relearn something or take the time to learn something. I think this is going to be a rocky 3 months for you. I don't want to sugarcoat this. I don't want to say, oh yeah, no, you know what, you're going on a cruise and you're going to exchange letters and texts. No, that's not what I'm getting at all. Because we have the passage here and the education with the covenant, I think there's a lesson you need to learn. And this is also this instinct. Where's your soul leading you? With this hidden motivations and uncharted sea. I think you're going to run into trouble if you aren't communicating and open with what you really want. I think you're going to create more problems for yourself. I think you're going to create some storms for yourself. I especially here with this standing stones passage, it's interesting. We have all this blue and all of a sudden we have red, and the fox is red. So I think you really have to, right, and don't overthink things. You already know what you must do. And I think this is what this covenant's all about. This is your covenant with yourself, that you are going to do what's best for yourself. And instead of, your sometimes hidden motivations are with good intentions, right? And sometimes we do have hidden motivations that, for example, if you're a real estate agent, I'm not saying anything against real estate agents, but if you're a real estate agent, well, yes, you want to find that perfect house for that family that you're helping, but you also have the hidden motivation of you want your commission, right? And that's just human. There's nothing wrong with that. So this is what the cards are saying. If you choose to go with your hidden motivations, you're going to create more storms for yourself. Pay attention to what you're feeling deep within your being. Use your instinct and just, have that sacred contract with yourself that, yes, we're human. We all have hidden motivations. Like, when you make a beautiful supper for your family, well, we all have a hidden motivation to be praised for that cooking. Or maybe we make our children's favorite so they'll come and see us, right? There's hidden motivations in everything. But if we make our hidden motivations the priority, that's where we're going to run into a lot of problems. This uncharted sea is going to become a storm. So I think here with the standing stones, the passage, I think we have to make this covenant with ourselves to be truthful. To be truthful what our hidden motivations are, and in some respects embrace them. You know what? Are you making your children's favorite meal so they'll come for a visit? Great. Just admit it. And have that passage going, you know what? I'm cooking my children's favorite so they come and see me, and that's okay. Right? Not to manipulate. And one way to get through that is to make a joke about it. Well, I only cook your favorite, so you show up, right? And you kind of release that pressure of that uncharted sea. And then, because people pick up on those hidden motivations. And I think that's the standing stones passage that what people are picking up about you. I don't want to make this too negative. I want to turn this into a positive. So if your hidden motivation, it's the first card that came up. So that's why I'm making it so important. Do you buy people really nice gifts to make yourself feel better? Or because you know that they'll really enjoy it? And I'm not saying everybody does this. I'm just saying this is where this education comes in. Figure out why you're doing that. Oh, look at that. The clock agrees with me. Figure out what your hidden motivations are, and so that they don't become issues. And that's your instinct. Where's your soul leading you? What is your body asking for? Pay attention to what you're feeling deep within your being and don't overthink things. You already know what you must do. The fox spirit. And you think of a fox. A fox is an opportunist too, right? They take that opportunity. No one's watching the hens in the hen house, and they're hungry. While their hidden motivation is that they're hungry, not that they're a fox. Am I making any sense here? But I think it's just this covenant, and just really be truthful with yourself, especially during this Christmas season. What is your hidden motivation? When you decorate your house like that, what's your hidden motivation? Is it so you have a beautiful home, or is it so other people can see what a great decorator you are? Figure that out and be at peace with yourself with it. And if that's what you want, so be it. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Just as long as you're honest with yourself about the reasons that you're doing things. Your instinct. You already know what you must do. And then, so you might have to journal a little bit, spend some time alone, maybe read about some of that in self personal development. All right? Go ahead and do those things, but make sure you're doing them for the right reasons, or be honest with yourself why you're doing them. Make that covenant with yourself to be truthful with yourself in all that you do. All right? But I think you've got a few things that you need to work out in the next 3 months. So just be aware of that. Just be aware of that. All right, if you chose pile 2 or the white wolf spirit, awakening. You are so much more than what you see with your eyes alone. Let go of what's not authentic so your true self can emerge. All right, so let's see what your cards say. Stuck energy. Well, that's par for winter if you're in the northern hemisphere, stuck in the ice. Divine matrix. Raven spirit, truth. Oh, wow. Truth and truth. Lost in space, needing direction. And stuck in the mud. Wow. See why? This is why I shuffle them in front of everybody. Look at stuck energy, stuck in the mud, lost in space. I think here, the word I'm getting for you, pile 2, is inertia. Let go of what's not authentic so your true self can emerge. And when my doorbell rings like that, so I got my doorbell ringing, I got my clock binging. That was a very important message for you, pile number 2. You definitely have some inertia here. Look at that. I can't believe it. These are 2 different decks from 2 different artists. And look at a big gray truck and a big gray elephant, both stuck in the mud. And lost in space, needing direction, divine matrix, and truth, raven spirit, truth. Let go of what's not authentic so your true self can emerge. Look at that. This is a very powerful message here. What are you stuck with, pile number 2? What's this inertia? What's this inertia? The cards are really telling me here what to break the inertia is just to look at the truth of the situation. So is it a relationship that you're stuck with, that you're lost in space and needing direction? Look at, I got 2 big circles here too. Well, 3 if you count the moon, but that you're stuck in a matrix and you're lost in space. And to get out, the direction is clear, the truth. Has this relationship run its course? Has your job run its course? How are you with your health? Are you stuck with your health? You're not doing anything with your health? You'd rather not look at the truth that, you're not eating properly, you're not sleeping properly, you're not looking after your body. Are you giving yourself up to the universe? You're lost in space, needing direction here. The divine matrix, you just feel like, I'm out, I don't have control of what's happening to me. That's what being in the matrix is. You just feel like things happen to you. And you're just like, this is what the universe is giving me. But is that true? Let go of what's not authentic so your true self can emerge, and look at the truth. So pile number 2, this is a very serious message. Very serious message. This is, I can really feel like you are seriously lost in space. And it's because you're stuck, you're inertia, you don't know what to do. You want somebody to tell you what to do. And that's not going to make you happy. That might push you out of the mud, but it won't put you in a direction that you want to go. What's your truth? Do you want to end this relationship? Do you want to save this relationship? Is it just stuck and it needs some direction? Or is it done? Has it run its course? Has your career run its course? Has your job run its course? Is your health stuck? It's not getting any worse. It's not getting any better. You're just sitting like a potato on the couch, aging. Like, is there no, I'm getting like there's zero passion in this life right now. It's Groundhog Day. And that's interesting because we're doing winter, well, February 2nd, Groundhog Day, over the winter months in the Northern Hemisphere. It's just Groundhog Day. And you're just stuck and you're just spinning your wheels, spinning your wheels, spinning your wheels. So it's interesting the cards aren't giving you any direction. You're needing direction, but the direction is your truth. Awakening, you're so much more than what you see with your eyes alone. Let go of what's not authentic, so your true self can emerge. White wolf spirit. And look at the white. Here's your universal post office. If you've been following me for a while, you know what that is. Your universal post office. Get up there and start ordering yourself a life worth living. Wow. That's why I shuffle them in front of you. Now you see, I don't, how in the world can that happen? You get the two cards that say the exact same thing, that almost look exactly the same, two different artists, two different decks. Please pay attention to this message, pile number 2. Sit down and figure out what's your truth. And that's the direction that you need to go, as painful as it could be. Because here's a truth. If you don't change things, the universe will change them for you. So if you're not happy with your relationship and your truth is that that relationship has run its course, but you feel stuck, you don't feel like packing boxes, you don't feel like looking for a new apartment, you don't feel like, you know, the pain of breaking up, well, the universe will arrange things so that happens for you. They'll leave you and then force you to do it. Because that's just what the universe does. So sit down with your truth and get into the matrix that you want, that gives you direction of your truth. You don't like your job? Start applying for other jobs. Otherwise, the universe will look after it and get you laid off your job. You don't like your health, or you're not paying attention to your health? Well, soon the universe will make sure that you pay attention to it by maybe now you have diabetes, so now you have to watch what you eat. I'm not saying that will happen. I'm just giving you examples of what could happen. All right? Boy, I thought pile number 1 was dire. This isn't dire. I love warnings. I love warnings. I'd rather have warnings than rainbows and unicorns, to tell you the truth. Everything's fine. Keep going. No, it's not fine. You know something's wrong. You know you're stuck. You know you're living Groundhog Day. Get in there and change it up. Go live your truth. Go fix your life. Fix it before spring comes. There you go. There. Now you have a nudge for this winter. All right. Well, if you chose pile number 3, you chose the Bobcat initiation. Do not fear what is hidden in the unseen. A treasure of great wisdom wants to come forth from the depths of your soul. Be open to receiving it and step boldly into the new chapter that opens for you as a result. The Bobcat spirit. Have you ever seen a bobcat? They're massive. They're way bigger than what I thought they were. One walked across our driveway, and I swear to you, the paws on that thing were the size of my hand. Okay, so let's see what your cards say. Oh, travel. Might be a good time for you to travel. Oh, beyond the ordinary, air spirit, closing doors, completion, 2 doors, and wide open. Wow. Wow. So far, pile number 3, and if you don't believe me, go back and look at pile 1 and 2. You've got the best pile, the most colorful pile. This winter or summer, this season, let's say, is the best time for you to travel, especially if it's adventure travel, especially if you have to fly, especially if it's something that you really want to do and now finally you can close that door. Interesting. I said, look at doors. This is 5 events and this is a 5. These are 2 different decks by 2 different artists. When you get that, you know it's a very strong message for you. Beyond the ordinary. So you know what? Go do that dream trip to Machu Picchu. Go take that trip to Galapagos Islands. Go on that Japan tour. Don't just go to sit on a beach in Mexico, or not that there's anything wrong with that. There's a time and place for it. But this winter, they want you to close something on a dream that you've had for a very long time. Wrap it up. Wide open. Your wildest dreams that you can afford. And especially if it's somewhere that you need to fly away. We've got actually, this is air, air, air. So something through the air. See, do not fear what is hidden in the unseen. A treasure of great wisdom wants to come forth from the depths of your soul. Be open to receiving it and step boldly into the new chapter that opens for you as a result. Your life will change because of this trip. Your life will absolutely change. You'll come back a completely different person. Whether it's what you see, what you experience, just knowing that you've closed a chapter in your life, a dream that you've always wanted to do is complete. You close that chapter and now you're wide open to new chapters, to new things. Now, if you're saying, well, it's fine for you, I can't afford to fly anywhere. You know what I would do then? I would read a lot of fiction books that have to do with travel overseas or to magical places. Or read books that go to magical castles that are far away from where you live. Or, you know what, even something like reading about Lord of the Rings, you go to a fantastical place. But it's something that... something that is out of the ordinary, that is like it has to be a fantasy that you have to travel somewhere, and there's all kinds of books about that, all kinds. The thing is somehow it has to complete you somehow with some kind of knowledge. Let's see, what would be a good example of that? Like a historical fiction, fiction based on history that's kind of historical. Maybe you had a past life then. And that's why you have to explore it so that you can clear it up. Yeah, I'm just getting that either you have to actually go to the place, that's the fantasy trip, the dream trip, or you have to read about it or imagine it, watch movies about it, because there'll be something in there, a nugget in there that you actually get some kind of knowledge out of it, or you get the gist of the story, or there's a parable in there for you, or there's something that ties up loose ends because you have this closing door completion. And you can get that from fiction books. You can get that from historical books. You can get that from movies. Everybody has a movie that sticks with them, or the story sticks with them and teaches them something. Not all, of course, but everybody has something. Even a book that you read when you were little about how to behave, or how to be generous, or why you should be generous, or something like that. But it has to be fantastical. It has to be a fantasy series. So that would be historical, because think of yourself as a time traveler, right? You're traveling through the air, traveling through space to get back to this place. If you can't actually travel, if you can, and you have the money, do not go into debt for it, but you have the money and you've always wanted to go do this fantasy trip, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You'll come back a changed person, and you'll actually open up your mind. You'll open up your life to other fantastic trips. This is an initiation for you, whether it's an armchair initiation or an actual travel initiation. Again, don't just go sit on a beach. Go places where you explore doors, you explore beyond the ordinary. What's that trip beyond the ordinary? New Zealand, right? For me, it would be New Zealand. That would be beyond the ordinary for me. Galapagos Islands, Antarctica, Machu Picchu, those kind of places. That would be beyond the ordinary. But especially if you have to fly there. Now, you don't have to spend tens of thousands of dollars. Let's say, for example, you live in Western North America. You could fly to Vancouver Island, which is an absolutely magical place. Wouldn't be that expensive to get there, but it is winter. It is winter. So that's why I was talking more things on the southern hemisphere. Their winters aren't terrible though. They aren't terrible though, but that is a magical, magical island. If you have not been to Vancouver Island or the they were called the Charlotte Islands, Hiawatha Islands, absolutely magical. Absolutely magical. You leave there a different person. Especially the Caldwell Grove, that when you drive from the airport in Victoria to the other side of the island, you watch those waves and all the driftwood there. It's absolutely magical. So it's not like you have to go on a, $20,000 trip. You can make it quite reasonable. But especially if you have to fly there. And I just noticed that. Look at all the forests there on the island. That's all forested like that. Maybe you fly somewhere and explore magical churches. But anyways, you come back a changed person. I'm getting so excited. I'm going to go book my flight, even though I didn't pick this pile. So anyways, something's going to change for you if you take the initiation and either armchair, fantasy, or actually go and look at some of these places. Very interesting pile. Good for you, pile 3. So far, you've had the best pile. If you don't, like I said, if you don't believe me, go have a look. All right, so if you chose pile number 4, the hedgehog, protection. Keep safe what is dear to you. Remain open and curious at the same time. Know when to retreat into your sacred space and when to drop your guard and venture forth into the world boldly. That's the hedgehog spirit. I just wanted to point out this is a number 35, and that makes 8, and we're going into an 8 year. So let's see what your cards have to say. Creative endeavor. In perfect harmony. Ancient oak spirit. Strength. Lost compass. Getting back to integrity. And listening. Look at this. Look at this. Listening, a creative endeavor, music, in perfect harmony, music. I think we've got something here to do with listening, with taking time. Look, we got music, music, music. Or if you are very musical, this might be the time for you to get back to your music. Have you left it? Have you left it? This will also be, you'll also find this season, music really speaks to you. It'll be much more meaningful for you in this next season coming up for some reason. The vibrations of it. So be very, very careful what music you listen to. Getting back into integrity, centering yourself, giving yourself direction. Look at, we have a 35 again. 3535. We have another 8 here, and we have a 53 here. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Pile number 4, next year is going to be absolutely powerful for you. And the cards are telling you, get your vibe going. Lost compass, getting back into integrity. Get your direction going. Get your center. Get your center. Get this ancient oak spirit strength. Center yourself. Ground yourself. Get your vibration. Get your vibration in order. Like, what are you vibrating at? If you're high strung, then what do you need to do? Pull it back. Listen to some nice ambient music. You have no energy? Listen to some music that gets your energy up and going. Get your direction going. Get your strength going. Also, trees, they grow roots and they have thick trunks. So when storms happen, they're strong and they don't blow over. Just like an elephant is strong. I'm getting trunk. Protection. Keep safe what is dear to you. Remain open and curious at the same time. Know when to retreat into your sacred space and when to drop your guard and venture forth into the world boldly. You need to get back into center, and the way to do that is through music. Whether you play an instrument, it's what you listen to. Interesting, the elephant has his head down and his trunk is touching is towards the ground like that. He's centering himself on that trunk. I'm just getting, you got to center yourself, group number 4. Get your vibration harmonized, in perfect harmony. What's irritating to you, get rid of. I mean, if you can. I mean, if your neighbor makes a lot of noise, you can't get rid of your neighbor, but, you know, maybe you can put up heavier curtains or something so you don't hear it. Take the time to center yourself. I just keep getting that over and over. You know, maybe it's painting. Maybe it is, because it's a creative endeavor. But this listening and letting music really guide you. Like I said, if you have no energy, bump it up. Put on some dance music. Get off the couch. Dance. If you're too high wired, get that music down. It's going to be really important to you for some reason this season. Sometimes I can go weeks without listening to any music, and then all of a sudden I have to, from the minute I wake up till the minute I go to bed, I have some form of music on. Because I find music really helps soothe my vibes out very quickly. Also, if you can't play music, hum to yourself, sing to yourself. One of the things that I was taught is if you're really upset about something, start singing what you're doing, and it just brings you right down. So let's say you're really upset. You opened up some mail that was really upsetting, and you know, you're kind of out of sorts. Start singing what you're doing. Now I'm washing the dishes. Now I'm drying the dishes. Now I'm turning on the stove. And now I'm putting water in the pot. And it's crazy how that works. And I can't even remember who told me to do that. I think it was like when the kids were teenagers, and, you know, they can get you all wound up. And it works. It absolutely works. It just brings you to center. Just brings you to center, to that tree, to that strength. It strengthens your vibe. It brings it right down so that you can deal with things. You're strong when you deal with things. Also, I'm getting like, explore that a little bit more, ancient oak spirit. Open that door to some of that ancient modalities of, like, if you're having health problems. So for example, I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you what to do. This is just what I do. If I feel a cold coming on, I have oil of oregano. I up that, and it's crazy how that works for me. You know, and then I do other, like, natural things to cure, you know, headaches and whatnot. So maybe there's a bit here too, to get into some of that too. Maybe look and see what maybe like herbs and whatnot that will work for you with this ancient oak spirit. What will, you know, to strengthen your immune system, for example, strengthen your resolve, that kind of thing. But yeah, I can't believe you've got listening and harmony and music here, and how it will center you, and the trunk center. Whoa, strong, you know. Interesting that, like, music is in the air, and that will cure you to help you get strong, and like the trunk is of the earth, right? I just think that's so interesting how you use one element to strengthen another element and get direction in your life. So let's say you actually have no direction. You don't know what to do. You're just kind of living day by day. This is telling you to get some direction before the next equinox, right? Because this is you think of this as the equinoxes and the solstice. So getting back into integrity. You know, if you go and look at pile number 1, that was more about hidden motivations, and I think this has a little. We're almost coming full circle. So getting back into integrity, maybe think about what some of your hidden motivations are for some things, and that'll help you center yourself. I'm just getting like center, but use it, but get your vibe. So if you play an instrument, get in there, play it. It's going to be very centering for you. If you don't, then listen to music that will center you, either bring you down or bring you up to center, to make you stronger. That music makes you stronger. All right. Well, have a great season. Let me know if you enjoyed this. Take good care. See you online. Bye for now.